There's something that worries me about LSU, and honestly, it doesn't really have anything to do with the remaining 2021 schedule. Actually, doesn't even have anything to do with whether Ed Orgeron should stay or go. I think he's gone, and honestly, I don't think there's anything he'll be able to do in the latter half of the season to change that. I never got into The Walking Dead, but I think I know a dead man walking when I see one. If you want to preach about patience and how LSU needs to give him another year, do that on your own time. As for me, I'll continue to assume that regardless of how I feel about the premise of patience with head coaches, Scott Woodward will need a new football coach at season's end. What worries me isn't who Woodward hires. This is the same dude who essentially gave Jimbo Fisher a blank check to coach football. What worries me is LSU's infatuation with 2019. If you're an LSU fan, booster, administrator, quite frankly, you should probably just strike that from your memory. I'm not telling people to forget the best season in school history. What I am saying is that 2019 LSU needs to be wiped away when it comes to evaluating expectations. If Joe Brady is hired as the next head coach at LSU, the entire conversation will be, can he get LSU to 2019 levels again? Honestly, I wouldn't bank on that. The guy has never been a head coach, and even if he is an elite offensive mind, which he is, I wouldn't bank on Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire walking through that door. 2019 shouldn't be the standard. It should be the outlier. They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in college football, that's not so black and white. Ask Nebraska or Tennessee what it's like to be infatuated with the glory years. I'm worried about LSU, who had about as high of a floor as any program could have asked for in the 21st century. Now the program who watched its streak of 8-win seasons come to an end in 2020 is on its way to watching that happen again. My advice to LSU is don't try to recreate that perfect vacation from a couple years ago. It never works out that way. Instead, be realistic and understand that being good within the SEC is a whole lot easier to focus on than recreating 2019 all over again.